You know how we've been calling out the sexualization of minors, and then the liberals are like, you're crazy. No one's doing that. We don't know what you're talking about. And then one of the deviants screams and chants into a microphone, we're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children. It's gaslighting in the extreme. And then Target is selling Pride merch for babies and little kids. Disney has high-ranking employees who are deliberately sexualizing their content. This month, Sesame Street posted a Pride Month message. Here's what Joe Biden proclaimed at the start of the month. Families across the country face excruciating decisions to relocate to a different state to protect their children from dangerous and hateful anti-LGBTQI+ laws, which target transgender children, threaten families, and criminalize doctors and nurses. These bills and laws attack our most basic values and freedoms as Americans: the right to be yourself, the right to make your own medical decisions, and the right to raise your own children. To the entire LGBTQI+ community, and especially transgender children, please know that your president and my entire administration have your back. We see you for who you are, made in the image of God and deserving of dignity, respect, and support. And that was only a short section of the full proclamation, but he mentions children there 4 times. And that's our devoutly Catholic president. So just to be clear, we're done with all the gaslighting. We know that you're coming for our children. And in case you haven't noticed, we're done with all of you. Conservatives made some seriously effective stances last year against Bud Light and Target, and it made a tangible difference. The Pride events and promotions this year have seriously cooled off. But not everyone learned this lesson. People like the YouTuber who goes by the name Miss Rachel. She makes educational videos for children which feature songs and nursery rhymes and other activities for young children. Similar to Sesame Street, Miss Rachel attempts to teach preschool-aged children about shapes and colors and numbers and letters. So what's wrong with that? Well, this video doesn't quite fit that description.
Happy Pride to all of our wonderful families and friends. This month and every month I celebrate you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are. To those who are going to comment they can't watch the show anymore because of the support, no worries and much love your way. God bless. I am not chasing fame or views. I'm standing strong in love.
A lot of parents were upset with that, and understandably so. You're a preschool teacher, and here you are talking about sex to an audience of 3 and 4-year-olds. What's odd is that she figured that this reaction would happen and just brushes it off like, oh, it's no big deal. God bless. I'm not trying to be famous. I just, quit my job to be a YouTuber. Love you all. And then she must have gotten more condemnation than she anticipated, so she posted another video.
I've shared prayers on here before and said, God bless. And that's because my faith is really important to me. And it's also one reason why I love every neighbor. In Matthew 22, a religious teacher asked Jesus, what's the most important commandment? And Jesus says to love God and to love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these 2 commandments. There's no greater commandments than these. I believe it's mentioned 8 times, love your neighbor. So yes, everyone belongs, everyone's welcome, everyone is treated with empathy and respect. It doesn't say love every neighbor except. There are so many reasons I stand strong in love. I stand with everyone. That's who I am. And the love back and the God bless if you disagree is genuine.
Okay, so Miss Rachel, I have a question for Miss Rachel. Someone please pass this along to her because we really need an answer to this question. Here it is. Miss Rachel, will everyone be welcomed and accepted into heaven? Here's another question for Miss Rachel. Since you like to cherry pick verses of scripture from the Bible, can you give us one single verse where Jesus affirmed someone's sin. Folks, here before us are the ailing sores of a dying church, a flock of goats who know not the shepherd's voice. Miss Rachel doesn't know the Bible, though she claims to be a Christian. She's clueless as to the fullness of biblical love. Love is not an affirmation or acceptance of something which condemns someone to eternal separation from God. Love is a gentle admonition to abandon that which separates you from God. It's not very difficult to grasp that when you read the whole Bible. The problem is, people have become their own gods, even in the so-called church. To pick and choose and decide what's right and wrong, moral and immoral, and Miss Rachel is yet another example. And parents need to just turn the TV off. But especially Miss Rachel. Thanks for watching this clip. Listen, I want to make sure that you stay informed on the news and the biblical response to it. So do yourself and us a favor and hit the subscribe button before you go. And then we would love for you to check out WeTheFreeShow.com to grab yourself some merch to spread the word of We The Free. And we're also going to put a video we think you'll like on the screen. Now go be that salt and light, and we'll see you next time.